Follow these 3 steps to make a consistent profit in the market.
Save this video for later so you can rewatch it at your own pace. Let's dive into step 1. Step 1 is all about finding higher time frame liquidity and higher time frame structure. What you clearly can see is that we have a resistance zone up here, we have bearish market structure on the weekly, bearish break of structure, and price is all in the last supply zone and in the resistance zone, which is lining up with the supply zone. Pretty interesting. So where is the liquidity? Above this area, potentially, of course. Now, step 2 is going to the lower time frames, and I use the hourly and 15-minute to understand what the lower time frame liquidity is. If we jump into the 1 hour, we can clearly see that there is some interesting stuff going on. Price rocketed off into that supply zone, into that resistance zone, and then starting to melt down, doing a few internal breaks of structure. First one here, and then we took this major liquidity area over here. From then, price was starting to step up, and I expect price to trade somewhere into this area to give a false reaction and a potential buy opportunity. But that's not where we are now. We need to understand what the 15-minute is telling us. Now do we understand that the 1 hour is bullish? Interestingly enough, that 15-minute structure is stepping down bearish within Asia. So you can see that this was the last low that made the last high, broke bearish market structure. And now we can see that traders are getting trapped into the market, right? We see that resistance zone and we see a support zone. So now all I want to see is price taking out all those buyers and move in the opposite direction, because this bearish range is inducing heaps of sellers. At every POI, at every Fibonacci point, sellers will come into the market, and this is how we can target them. So what do? We put our trade over here, stop loss below this low, targeting a 1 to 2 risk to reward, and let's see if we can get that sweep and then that instant move towards the upside. Let's break price, sweeps, and target hit. And this is how I take all my trades. And yes, there are losses too. I'm not only winning here, so pretty usual. And of course, I share this trade in my free Telegram channel, where I share all of my trades, but also my trade management, market outlooks, which is free to join by clicking the link in my bio. All right, see you on the winning side and on to the next video. Cheers.